fun fact. The value of a leprechaun's pot of gold today would be about $2 million.
Welcome to GayTalk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
I don't know why I'm laughing too hard at that. Shit, give me, how many millions?
2 million.
Give me $2 million.
That's not bad.
Anyway, welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of Gay Talk 2.0, an LGBT podcast. We are streaming live on YouTube for our Patreon subscribers. So if you want to see live show, live and in color, make sure you go and support our show on Patreon. My name is Tom, and as always, I'm your host, and I'm in the studio with my amazing co-host, starting with the first one.
Hey y'all, Nick or Trish.
And
J Bear, aka your boyfriend's boyfriend.
How's your boyfriend doing?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out
We'll
at some point.
find out at some point.
Will we
No.
ever meet the elusive boyfriend's boyfriend?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, he's the boyfriend's boyfriend.
I know. So, I mean, but will we ever meet
Hello.
the boyfriend?
Let's meet. No.
Oh, she's nasty.
I don't know. There isn't one at the current time.
Okay, well,
Situation ships.
I guess she's accepting applications. That's all I gotta say.
FYI, I'll give you another fun fact.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Oh, she's ready to go.
There are no lady leprechauns.
So speaking of that, yeah, so we decided to go with, with the opener that we did, right? The pot of gold.
Yes.
Because, we're about to jump into the month of, we are in the month of March. And as we next week or this weekend, this upcoming weekend, we're going to spring forward, which means that we all lose an hour of sleep.
Shit. Okay.
And
that's if I ain't sleep deprived already.
And I get excited around this time of year because we end up getting a whole, shit ton of daylight on the other end of the day. And so therefore you get more energized. You're right. You leave work and it's not fucking dark. And it's amazing. And so we're also having, our annual St. Patrick's Day parade on Sunday in New Haven. And, that always turns out to be a shit show because, everybody gets drunk and it's a lot of heavy drinking and some bars open at 10 o'clock in the morning. Some bars, people are already drunk by 10.
Yep.
And
some people show up drunk.
But it's always, it's an age-old New Haven tradition. They've been doing it for God knows how many years. And I always like to participate, to go see the parade, drink a little, see people you don't see, all the time. You're doing your appearance at the bar. You're working.
I am.
So it's like, he retired from bartending and he picks it up one day a year for, yeah.
But I'm not working the babysitting shift, so.
Which is great.
Second shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the late one when everybody's like, all over the place.
Oh my God. I used to run around that bar with like a garbage bin. Like people were just,
please throw up in here.
Just throw up in here.
Because it's easier.
I don't want to walk around with a mop.
I remember one year, some guy, I can't remember who it was, but some guy bought shots for the entire bar.
I think I remember that.
And I was like, all right, so this is a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know what, I figured something out where I was using Well, and I went through 2 Well bottles. And I was like, should I charge him for every single shot, or should I just do a flat fee? Because those bottles are like $5.
Yeah.
But are they really? They're probably not $5.
They're
Or
like-
maybe
Well,
like
if you do-
$12.99.
Yeah,
If you
something
do a bottle service at a bar, I think normally they charge like $250.
Yeah, so I think I did something like that.
So
I don't remember, but yeah, I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Oh,
hope your credit card goes through. Like,
let me pre-charge.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't participate in
I
that.
think Dave actually did make me charge him before I did it.
So yeah, so my hometown Bridgeport last year, they switched the parade route. So it has always been in downtown Bridgeport, Main Street, and they switched it to BlackRock because BlackRock is the strip where all the bars sit at. And lo and behold, it was really, really well turnout.
Yeah, last year in New
Who would have
Haven.
thought, right? If you changed the parade route to an area where it's full of bars, that they would get a decent turnout.
Yeah.
So.
Well, of course. I mean, that's the whole point of
That's the-
going to like
yeah.
a St. Patrick's Day parade is to
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah, downtown Bridgeport, even though it does have its great bars, there's not too many. So the parade and the festivities didn't last long.
You know how they always say, like, you know, Irish people can drink.
Yeah.
And then you go to the New Haven St. Patrick's Day parade or any St. Patrick's Day in the state, and then you look around and you be like, no, they can't. No, they can't.
No, they can. They just drink a lot.
Yeah. No, it gets very intense. But,
Yeah.
you know, aside from the parade, I'm really overall excited for, you know, having more daylight at the end of the day, and spring is coming. Some of my stuff is already coming up. Like I'm looking and I'm seeing my daylilies and some other things that I have in the yard
You're so gay.
popping up. And I'm getting excited. Yeah, of course I'm so gay. You know how that is.
They're marigolds.
It's funny because I was on the phone with my brother. I don't know, maybe,
Bitch, you stepped on my panties.
so I was on the phone with my brother like maybe a week or so ago, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh my God, Nick, I gotta go." I was like, "What?" Like
What
we
is
were
wrong with
like
him?
in mid conversation.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What happened? Is everything okay?" And he's like, "My tulips are coming up." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" And he hung up the phone on me.
Yeah, the plants have been a little off this year too.
Yeah, no,
Stuff coming up way early.
So you gave me a whole bunch of seeds for your hibiscus, right?
Yes.
And they've been sitting in water. I'm about to throw them in some dirt and
Nice.
see if they come up.
Those bushes get really big if they have the space.
Oh,
They get like 4 feet wide
Girl.
and like 8 feet tall. They get
I
big.
have 0.5 acres. I
Yeah.
have plenty of space for them.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me.
And they love the sunlight. So
Oh, I'll put them in a nice sunny place. I have a dead pine in the back. I'm gonna yank out of the ground. I'll put one of those in there.
There you go.
So yeah, no,
Fill in
but
the
that's the
void.
only thing I don't look forward to: cutting grass. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I have been slaving myself at work so much that I think I might get a lawn service again this year. Just let them deal with that.
Why not?
But I'm like, you know, it's like
It's not that expensive.
I know, but it's like, you know, so here's the thing: you pay about $35 a week, right? So 4 weeks is what, maybe $250 for a whole month, right? And my lawnmower was $450. I keep thinking to myself, it's like, oh yeah, this is great. They do the work, but it's like I have a $400 lawnmower just sitting in my freaking like
in the
shed.
yeah.
doing nothing, and I'm like, why am I going to pay $35 when I could do it for free?
So I just want to clarify. So you work in billing.
Uh huh.
35 times 4 is like 140.
Well, whatever it is, yeah. This is why you get a double bill every
I got
month.
another fucking bill. I just
That's
paid
why
it.
I meant for the season. Meaning, you know, the whole summer. But anyway, that's why you got a double bill.
Mm.
I'd be sitting there
Well,
like,
we got to pay for lawnmower service somehow.
mhm. I add an extra $100 to this one.
Bullshit.
No, but
Bullshit.
I'm excited overall to say that, you know, I truly, truly enjoy when daylight savings time arrives and we get more daylight.
Get to enjoy all the fun stuff.
Yeah, you start grilling. I can't wait
I
to.
do love a good like.
When
hanging
when was
out.
it 60? Was it Saturday? The temps went up to almost 60?
No,
like
that was
58. Saturday.
Sunday.
That was no, it was Friday.
Saturday.
I thought it was Friday
It was Sunday. I was working
because I went to Costco. I went to Costco.
My neighbors were out in the back porch grilling.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah,
It
I was like,
gorgeous.
these people don't waste a good day ever.
Yeah, and I'm also excited for my solar panels to start like producing optimal amounts of kWh, so I don't have to pay a bill.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah. And, you know, it's been hectic. I worked 80 hours last week. You can come, you know the feeling because you worked a shit ton of hours as well. And this bitch is over there like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, last week was rough.
Yeah, it was a rough week.
40 hours tops for me. I've done all that shit.
Well, we had a show last weekend, so it was great. We opened the show on Thursday.
What did you have?
Annie.
That's right.
The sun
You did
will
mention
come
that.
out tomorrow.
I've heard that enough. But on Thursday, we opened the show. It started at 7, and then I had to go to a dinner at 7:30. I didn't get home until after 10 o'clock. And then it was the same thing. I didn't get home until like 10 every day. And I was just like fucking done. And then on Saturday, I had run out of like socks and shit. So I was like, I'm the laundry. But I was so fucking tired. And I threw 3 pair of work pants into the laundry with a Sharpie pen.
Oh,
and then dried it all.
Oh.
And
with a Sharpie pen?
Yeah, and then I went down the next morning to get dressed and pull out an outfit.
You look like you tie-dyed it.
It was like fucking Dalmatian pants. And I was like, I can't be doing laundry when I'm this tired. It was just so bad. So now I have like 2 pair of pants that I can wear to work.
That sucks.
Somebody's got to go shopping. Express, here I come.
I know. I just paid off that credit card, too. It's like the universe is just like, fuck you.
That's what you get for sticking Sharpies in your pocket.
Well, no, that's my favorite type of pen is the Sharpie pen.
Really?
Yeah.
For why?
It doesn't skip.
I like it.
It doesn't skip?
Doesn't skip. It has a nice bright color to it when you use them.
Yeah. Smooth
operator. But well, that's good. So I don't know if you plan to. Hopefully you'll come out to the parade.
I'm planning. I got to work around Mom's schedule, but
that's all right. Well,
I'll come out and drink.
Well, you let me
one way or
know.
another.
You let me know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be there anyway because you're gonna be working. Are you gonna hang out afterwards?
For a little bit, probably.
Okay. Well, just let me know because
I don't even know when I'm working till.
If you start at 1, you're probably gonna work to like maybe 6, 7 when the other shift comes in. Yeah, that's a long shift. You should only ask for 4 hours and be like, bye, bitch.
That's crazy.
But, okay, bye.
Like,
Did you ask?
No, I should. Let me text him.
Oh, he's gonna do that right now.
Right now.
Of course. So
no better time than the present.
Well,
that's the only way to do it.
It is what it is.
Hey.
So I don't know, for all you Apple aficionados out there, Apple just had a new update. I believe it was 17.3 or 17.4. And it's super fun because if you have an Apple phone, you can now update your software. The iOS version is 17.4, and with that version comes new emojis. We have new emojis now for non-binary and parents. For example, you have 2 men and children, 2 women and children, and a whole bunch of like new ones that are so cool. They even have like a single parents one. And it's super fun. I love the fact that, you see techie companies like Apple, for example, wanting to be supportive and progressive and allow people to be able to express themselves in whatever capacity it is that you feel that you fall in, right? Or that you, whatever spectrum you fall in. Or identify. And it's always fun. Like I remember, oh my God, you lost your shit when the Rainbow one came out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was because of me.
Right. Well, for why? Explain this. Why was it because of you, Trish?
So there wasn't a rainbow flag, and I was really like upset about it.
And who did you text? Who did you email? I didn't text
anybody. I bitched about it on the show for like 6 months.
And you think Apple was listening?
Fuck yeah, they were. And then I got my rainbow fucking flag.
And he did.
And I will take credit for that till the day I die.
She's dead tomorrow. Apple's going to be like, you died.
You're welcome, everybody.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't you.
Well, it was amazing. I mean, think about all the things, that Apple has released, right? So they started off with the emoji, right? Later with the Apple Watch, they started doing the Pride bands, right? And they've had different iterations of the Pride band. And then they're doing the Pride screens, right? So they are actually developing screens that you can use that represent Pride, right? They have one for the equality colors, which include the black and brown stripes, and of course the pink for our transgender community. It's always fun to see, the evolvement of technology and how big tech companies are, making sure that they are engaging communities that tend to be put through the ringer like we currently are in many of these, different states that are trying to
Well, at least Apple, yeah.
ban our life. Right. I don't even know if Android has anything like that, but who cares? Like, I'm sorry if you have an Android phone.
That's like the Beyonce comment.
Oh boy.
Explain what happened with Beyonce.
Remember I got slammed by somebody via email?
No, it was Mariah Carey.
Oh, Mariah Carey. That's
Yeah,
right.
it
That's
was-
right.
Yeah.
But it
Get
wasn't even
slammed again.
you. But it wasn't even you, because I'm the one that said, I'm a Mariah Carey fan. I've always have been since the first record. But that bitch can't sing anymore. Not the way she used to.
No.
But no singer can. I mean, look at Whitney. Don't come for me. don't
Just drop it.
don't
No, but
come
I mean,
for me.
it's-
But I want to be
expected
realistic.
when you're younger and your your body's
Right.
in better shape, because we've all been there at one point, right?
That diaphragm
Well,
goes south
yeah.
fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But look at Whitney Houston, right? Amazing gift. She was this generation. I mean, she was the voice of a generation.
Yeah.
And, by the end of her career, I mean, the woman could barely, hit a high note.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think you can compare the two because of drugs.
What, right? But, I mean, who's to say that Mariah Carey hasn't had a sniff here or there?
Oh, I'm sure she has.
Right? I mean, the woman went on stage on New Year's Eve and completely whatever. I'm not singing. You sing it if you want to.
Did I tell you what happened in
No.
the fucking elevator at work?
And the elevator? No, please do tell.
When I was leaving work, it was during company, I think. I was leaving work and I was with a board member, and we were walking to the garage, and we went up, to get into the elevator, and some guy came into the elevator and lit a crack pipe
In the elevator.
in the elevator with me and this other board member, and I was just like staring straight ahead, and I was like, Brian, was that a crack pipe? And he's like, yes, Nick. Yes, it was. And I was so nervous because now this guy's wandering around the garage. I was like, can you drive me in my car? Because I was 2 floors above him and I didn't want to go by myself. But I was like, did I get secondhand crack smoke?
He was going to be too high,
I've
one, to
ne-
do anything to you. And two, you probably did get secondhand crack smoke.
Like, am I addicted now?
You're a crackhead now. You're an honorary
Holy shit.
crackhead.
I've seen crack pipes on the side of the street and
Oh
shit.
my god!
But he lit it right
Like
in
he was
front.
having a cigarette. Just
Yeah,
like-
in the fucking elevator, and I was just like,
yeah.
Welcome to New Haven.
Welcome to New Haven.
So you're an honorary crackhead now.
oh my god.
By the way, Jay, thank you for the beautiful, amazing gay
Oh, your
membership.
gay cards?
Your
Yeah.
lifetime gay membership cards. They're beautiful. And they're amazing. I'm
Finally
excited.
got
You're
mine
welcome.
back.
You got yours back.
Yeah. She lost it a while ago, along with her diaphragm. But yeah,
The diaphragm's not coming
but they're
back.
great. They're cute little cards. Did you put yours in your wallet?
Yeah,
Whip it out, bitch.
my wallet's upstairs.
Oh, of course it is.
course.
Of course it is. How convenient. No, but he did give us little,
Your gay card.
yeah, gay cards.
Your official gay
It
card.
says official honorary gay card, and it's lifetime membership, right?
Yeah.
And it's got the rainbow flag in the back, and then it's got all these beautiful things.
I have my bi card actually.
You have a bi card?
Yes.
I hate him. Do they have a fag hag card? Do we call it that anymore? Fag hag?
I mean,
I don't know if it's PC.
Yeah, look at this.
PC.
It's his lifetime membership for bisexuals, and it's got the bisexual card on the back. They're super cute, and ours is just gay. Gays.
You're the gays of our lives.
That's right. We screen calls all the time. Thank you, Margaret Cho.
oh my god.
So we jumped right in and just started doing a whole bunch of stuff. So why don't we just keep going at this point? We'll talk about how we did next year or next week.
Where is she?
I'm all over the place.
I don't
I'm
know.
already drunk for Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's another fun fact: corned beef and cabbage was actually started in America.
That's what I was. So it's
One of
something
those
that we
days.
do right for St. Patrick's Day, but it's not really an Irish thing.
And it's not an Irish tradition, or it wasn't. I believe they do celebrate it and probably use cook the same stuff over there, Don't hold me
But
to it,
do
not
they?
sure.
But
It was started in the U.S. So
Mm.
so there's a few things, as well as the same. I know another fun fact I had earlier was that the first St. Patrick's Day parade was held in America.
Do we know where?
No, but I'm sure we could find it.
Well, Nick can Google it.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
I'm feeling kind of lazy today.
Google, bitch.
Do tell.
Just can't catch up, you know.
Yeah, well, no one can. I mean, it's been a crazy day. Maybe if you have some corned beef and cabbage, you might.
Me and my coworker.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was New York City to be open. The first St. Patrick's Day parade. Oh no, that's in New Haven. But the first one in New Haven was held in March 17th, 1842.
Damn.
Holy shit. 1842, 1942. That's 100 years. Holy shit. That's a long time.
When 90 members of the Hibernian Providence Society, a mutual aid organization, formed the previous year, and one band marched through the streets behind a banner made especially for the occasion. I'm not sure if that was the first in America, but that just popped up when I typed in where.
I think it's using
was the first St. Patty's.
Google is using your location
My
to sort of
location,
kind of
yeah.
give you
Yep.
an idea of what's coming up. But that I mean, it's interesting, right? I mean, it's an
New
American
York,
tradition.
1762.
1762.
Yeah, I just found it. Yeah, same thing.
So it's over
It was
200
held
years.
not in Ireland, but in
200
New,
plus.
I
about
knew
to be
it.
300 years.
And of course, New York City.
Yeah, Nueva York.
Yeah.
Nuevo York.
Nueva.
Nueva?
Nueva York. Sí.
El barrio.
El Barrio. Yes, look at him. You're hanging around with too many Puerto Ricans.
Tell me about it.
So what else do you got? What other fun facts do we have about St. Patrick's Day?
Let's see.
San Patricio.
San Patricio. Let's see. The first. So actually, St. Patrick is not Irish.
He wasn't.
No, he
Then
wasn't.
what was he?
He was, although he is known as the patron saint of Ireland, he was from England,
So he was British.
British.
Interesting. Well, I mean, depending on what part of the island of Ireland you're in, right? Because there's Northern Ireland, then there's Ireland. Northern Ireland, I believe, is part of the UK. And then Ireland pure or proper
He was
is
English. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
so
English, not
I mean,
Irish.
I could see how that would work, right? Because over the centuries, you know, throughout the whole turmoils of the kingdoms of the British Isles, there's been a lot of movement between Scottish people, English people, Irish people,
And
blah, 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 blah,
actually,
blah.
St. Patrick was the first bishop of Ireland. So that's where it all kind of comes into play.
Interesting. Okay. So look at that. We learned something new. What else? What you got, Jay? It's all about you today.
Yeah, I know, right? And St. Patrick would compare the shamrock to the Holy Trinity. That's how the shamrock came into play as well.
Is that why they consider it lucky?
Yeah, I guess.
So it's the three. So it's usually 3 leaves, right?
Yep.
And that's why they consider it the Holy
The
Trinity. But
shamrock is formed.
if you find a lucky one, you get 4 leaves.
Yeah.
The 4-leaf clover, right? It's not common.
Yeah.
Dave.
Can you discombobulate again? I want to get
meow. Meow. Here's another one for you. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's original color was blue. It was changed later on to green.
to green.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh,
Yeah.
The clover.
it's the clover.
The
maybe?
clover.
Or the green fields
Verde.
of Ireland.
I have one for you.
Dímelo.
I'm 0% Irish, but 100% gay.
Oh, you have the gay card to prove it.
That's right. I'm Irish by injection.
By injection.
Oh my God.
Good for you.
What kind of Irish are you, Jay? You're an Irish bear?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Could be. I have a kilt. Oh, I might wear that Sunday.
There you go. Balls hanging. Are you going to wear underwear?
Why? When have I haven't worn underwear since COVID.
Oh my God, you should wear it to work. Your kilt.
I will. I have the whole thing. Kilt
Show up
socks.
at work with
Yeah.
Lederhosen.
Later.
I'll be like, Chris, can I try to squeeze into your dirty Lederhosen?
Oh,
Because I know you
God.
haven't washed them.
No. No.
My body will probably disintegrate. I'll
so
go
much
back.
hair.
I'll just go back into deterioration mode. I'll start like,
You don't wear underwear, and he only wears underwear. So
Yeah, I know. That's also
it's true.
Well,
Yeah.
She's in suit
I'm
now.
sitting in this chair right now. We're recording a podcast, and I am in my underwear, and that's usually how it is all the time.
Yeah,
And they're used to it.
Yeah, and I've also heard. I know this is a part of my fun fact list today, but I've also heard that the whole folklore about how St. Patrick chased the snakes out of Ireland.
mm-hmm.
Technically, they weren't snakes. They were. It was when the religion moved into play, and they moved all the other religions out of. They kind of.
Right.
So the snakes are considered. Technically, it's a metaphor for all the other religions that
So
were.
other people that were trying to abolish whatever religion they believed in. So
Yep.
so basically, they were zealots.
Yep. So.
Interesting. Well, that's fun. Any other last ones before we go to break?
No, let's keep going.
All right, go for it. Go for it.
Let's see. One more. I found one good one. There's quite a few there today.
Hmm.
Where's my list?
She wouldn't have had that issue if she had it in the notes.
I have no words.
Yeah. No, I think that's it for now.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, obviously. We have to go refresh and do all that good stuff. So we will be right back. All right, ladies and gents, we are back from our break. We have refreshed our drinks and did everything that we needed to do. And we're now ready to jump into the second half of our show. Of course, it is the dish. So before we jump into any stories, I wanted to quickly ask my panel here, how did they fare with, the Facebook apocalypse?
Apocalypse.
She's already speaking cursive.
Already. So, apparently Facebook had a meltdown and the world shut down. Some of us noticed, some of us didn't. And so, Trish, did you have any idea that Facebook had an outage?
I didn't even
A
notice.
catastrophic outage?
No, I didn't even notice.
For why?
I don't know. I was probably working.
As most people were, right? I was working too, and I mean, I read about it very quickly. It came in through some like, oh my God, Facebook's out. People are going nuts. But I really didn't notice anything. What about you, Jay?
I called 911.
911?
911.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can
Yeah,
only
well,
imagine that you
yeah.
would have just been like, oh, I can't go down my rabbit holes today.
Yeah, I was not happy at work. That's all right. Right?
No.
For every
How am I
like,
supposed to get through 8 hours of work without my Facebook or Insta? You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Stop.
So apparently, for those that went through, that very devastating time in their life and where they couldn't access the social media platform, when they went back, it wasn't refreshing. And so Facebook apparently recommended for people to sign out, and then people couldn't sign back in.
Yep.
And so people were going to their Insta to post, make a post on Insta that, you could also share to your Facebook. So people on Facebook knew that
They couldn't log into
you're
their
locked
Facebook.
the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah. So apparently they're just saying it was just what was it? So they're saying if you were kicked out of Facebook or Instagram account while scrolling earlier Tuesday, you weren't alone. Meta's social media platforms had problems Tuesday morning with Instagram, Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and Threads pulling up failed to load error messages. So there were over 461,000 outages at 10:37 a.m. Yeah, that's around the time I was freaking out.
461, 300 and what, thousand or million?
461,000 outages. That's what it says.
There had to be more.
Yeah,
I mean, it had to be millions.
525,000.
Yeah.
600 million. How many Facebook posts I miss? No.
Yeah, and then
I
Instagram
blocked
also
you.
had over 70,000 reported outages.
You blocked me?
No, not really.
No, you better not, bitch.
So they're
I know where you live.
Yeah, so they're claiming it was a technical issue that caused
I don't
people
know.
to have
It was
difficulty
Russia.
accessing.
I think it was
Yeah,
Russia.
well, who knows?
Yeah.
Or China.
I think they probably did that
China.
on purpose. And,
Well, I think it was X too. It could have been X because you know Elon Musk doesn't like Facebook.
the way I saw it, the way I saw it is, you know how, and I have a lot of people on my Facebook account where they have multiple accounts because they forget their passwords.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
And then, a birthday pops up and you have,
I have a coworker.
Yeah.
I have one coworker that has
Bill
like
pops
9.
up six or 7 times and you're like, what the
She has
fuck?
like 9 accounts. So
Yeah.
every time I say happy birthday, I don't know which one is
Which
her
one to
active
send it
account.
to, yeah.
So I hit happy birthday on all of them.
Who is this?
One of our
One of our
coworkers.
coworkers. I love her though. She's like my work wife. I won't say her name on the show, but I love her.
But yeah, there's always people that have multiple. So my guess was with this so-called quote unquote, outage, because it automatically logged me off.
I feel like you're really traumatized by
no.
this.
It automatically logged everyone off. My assumption is all those accounts that are just kind of sitting there unused, those all come off now. You know what I mean? They all fall off. There's nobody logging back into them. You're gonna lose a bunch of those accounts.
right. No,
I mean, that's the way I saw it happening. But it was, people were bugging out. Yeah.
She literally had a birthday and I had to
Yeah.
sit there 9 times.
9
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. And by happy birthday number 4, I was like, bitch, 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 bitch. I hate you. Because I'm one of those people that has to clear off every single one of them.
Yeah. I
You know
tend
whose
to.
birthday it is today?
Whose birthday?
Scott Condon.
Oh, Scotty. It's Scott Condon.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Scotty. You know, he
birthday,
posted something
Scott.
on Facebook. He took a trip over with his honey bunny into the city. He's like, look at me. I got a suite. I was like, ooh.
That does not look like a sweet.
No, it did not. I was like, Scotty, what is wrong with you? That bathroom. I was like, ooh. That must have been
I
like,
love how we're on the same page with this. Okay, because I saw that post too.
I was like, girl, that must have been one of those like dead presidential suites. I was like, oh no, where did you stay? I was like,
Sir, you've been upgraded.
Comforted.
But really, have I been?
and then she's laying on the bed. I was like, there's probably bed bugs. You can tell him I said that. Oh my God, I love him so much.
fucking
He'll
terrible.
probably hear it.
Speaking of bed bugs.
Yeah. Oh Lord, have mercy.
No.
So apparently, you know how I go down the rabbit holes. There was a guy.
Honey, I think you're like a mole at this point.
Yeah.
Fuck the rabbits.
Yeah.
You're just digging your way through the holes.
Apparently, there are bed bug dealers out there that breed and sell bed bugs
Stop it.
to people.
For what?
So this
For
guy
why?
was,
I
this
can
guy was
think of
stating,
somebody.
this guy was saying that he bought bed bugs from a person. They're selling 500 bed bugs for $35.
That's cheap.
And
That's a lot of breeding for just
yeah,
35 bucks.
So apparently his girl, he caught his girlfriend cheating,
Oh.
and she kicked him out the house.
You're giving
So
me
when-
ideas.
So when he went back to pick up his stuff, he poured bed bugs all over the house.
I mean, that's fucked up. But I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess, I mean, which is worse? I mean, so I was
It's
reading a
crazy
story,
because if you
and,
look-
and
if you
God
look-
knows how true these stories are. So this woman was going through a divorce, right? And she didn't want to divorce her husband. She actually loved him, and he was being a mean, vindictive dick. And so they ended up going through the divorce, and he kicked her out, right, of the house. He stayed with the house. So before she left, what she did is she took shellfish and shrimp and she shoved them inside the holes of the curtains,
Oh yes.
right? And she stuffed them. She took the little turn things and stuffed shrimp and stuff in all the curtain rods and stuff. And so when that shit gets foul and it starts getting old, it starts smelling, and he couldn't get the smell out. The man destroyed his house trying to find out where the smell was coming from, and all along it was all in the curtain. So she's like, I got you back, bitch. you don't want me to be a part of this and me to stay in this house that, we built together. You ain't going to have it either. Yeah, he ended up selling it, never knowing that it was the shrimp stuck inside the curtain rods.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, people just do some crazy shit. But you know what? Good for her. Good for her, because men often think that, it's okay to marry women,
Well,
stop
you don't
them
know
from
the full situation.
But in most cases,
Sounds like she was all back.
sounds like you. That's some shit you would do.
I
mean,
would not do that shit.
Was this not the same person who just said 2 seconds ago when you're talking about bed bugs, stop giving me ideas?
That wasn't about my ex. You know who I'm talking about.
See?
Oh Lord, I don't.
But
We were talking about it earlier.
we were talking earlier.
Oh, okay.
Not the bed bugs, the person.
The person.
Got it.
But yeah.
Made
So
sense.
yeah, so
Made
people,
sense.
people.
Interesting.
Apparently, there are bed bug breeders out there, and they make decent money doing it.
Okay.
$35, really? For how many? How many bed bugs?
For 500 bed bugs.
Just 500?
Knowing me though,
You know how they
I'd like get
how
them
quickly they
and I
multiply?
drop the bag. And then I'd
They
be
end up on your
fucked.
bed.
Holy shit.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
But if you look at the financial implications behind bed bugs,
Oh, it's
because you
ridiculous.
can't get rid of them and be okay. You got to get rid of everything: furniture, clothing,
Yep.
rugs.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, you don't have to get rid of everything. You have to wash everything and then obviously keep things segregated and then fumigate your home.
No, I've
It's
dealt with
not-
them so
yeah,
many times when
yeah.
I was working at as a company manager. You gotta get rid of everything.
So when my mom used to live in the housing place she was at, which was multi-unit, we did the whole disinfect, clean, wash, new furniture, and a week later, because her neighbors were also infected with bed bugs, they were back in the apartments. It didn't really matter at that point. So
I would.
Yeah. So we were like, oh no, you're leaving.
Borax all over the house,
Yeah, I'll never.
all around.
Yeah, and then the building, it was an old hotel, so the AC and the heat are all vented.
They're all the same
Vents.
unit.
Yeah, they're all vents. So what I did is I ended up putting like a felt fabric through behind all the screens to kind of, you still let the air in, but it served as a barrier
Right.
because there was bugs coming in and out all the time, and it was like,
Can we change the subject?
yeah.
Yeah, we can.
So it
we
can get crazy. So
So
yeah. Anyways, yeah,
I don't
there are
know.
dealers out there.
yeah, shit happens. Just be careful.
Yep,
Don't piss anybody off.
exactly.
So I don't know, if y'all were living under a rock, or if any of you, or us, or me, but yesterday was Tuesday, or as we all have come to know, once primary season starts, as Super Tuesday. It is one of the few times in where multiple states are actually holding primary elections to elect the next candidate who's going to proceed potentially as the nominee to receive the nomination for the general election. And obviously we're in a presidential year. November 6th is our election day. And, Joe Biden single-handedly locked in most of what he needed to continue to be the Democratic Party's nominee. And of course, with today's news that Nikki Haley dropped out of the race, that leaves none other than Donald Trump as the presumptive nominee for the Republican Party. And, I have so many questions running through my head right now. Like, this man right now is facing numerous indictments. One of these trials is actually going through, even though the Supreme Court, why, I don't know, decided that they're going to take the case of his, perceived absolute immunity from prosecution because he was president. Hashtag not mine. But that doesn't exclude the case that's about to start in March in New York, right? For the hush money that he paid Stormy Daniels to not come out publicly and talk about, what happened between them while he was running for president the first time. And the reason why I mentioned this is because, obviously, we know that he's going to be the presumptive nominee for the Republican Party, and we're going to have to go through this shit show of an election all over again. And y'all Democrats better fucking fall in line. That's all I got to say. And get your shit together, even you uncommitted over there. But the reason why I say this is because, on the campaign trail, he has been doing some very erratic, crazy shit, forgetting his words, slurring his words and doing all kinds of craziness. Yet here we are talking about how old Joe Biden is. And we forget that this person is, how would I say is conveniently forget that this person is only 3 years younger than Joe Biden. But he's a hot mess and he shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the White House. But anyway, so, we lost Sinead O'Connor not too long ago. I would probably say sometime last year, she died. And Sinead O'Connor's estate is demanding that the biblical devil, as they named him, Donald Trump, cease using her music during his events, his campaigning events, as he's moving through the states and trying to, gain supporters or whatever, MAGA base is out there. So Sinead O'Connor's estate has demanded Donald Trump cease using her music at his campaign rallies, noting that she has called him a biblical devil. Good for you, girl. Even in your grave, you're still fucking sending zingers. I loved her. Trump has used a version of Nothing Compares to You, a song written and originally recorded by Prince, at some of his campaign events. But Trump goes against everything O'Connor stood for, said a joint statement released Monday by her estate and her longtime record label, Chrysalis Records. Throughout her life, it is well known that Sinead O'Connor lived by a fierce moral code defined by honesty, kindness, fairness, and decency towards the fellow human being, the statement read. According to numerous media outlets, it was with outrage, therefore, that we learned that Donald Trump, or Dump, has been using her iconic performance of Nothing Compares to You at his political rallies. It is no exaggeration to say that Sinead would have been disgusted, hurt, and insulted to have her work misrepresented in a way by someone who she herself referred to as the biblical devil. As guardian of her legacy, we demanded Donald Trump and his associates desist from using her music immediately.
Proud of them.
Yes, and they very well should. It's like, I'm tired of people, first and foremost. We had an artist here last week, right, who writes his own music. He self-produces. He's probably showing up in the background there. And, the important thing to remember is that, these people work hard to do whatever it is, that they do. Whatever they decide when they decide to record, they work hard for that. It is their stuff, and you don't get to decide that you're just going to use somebody else's body of work without, actually asking for permission to do so, or paying royalties or paying them their due. That's their body of work. And good for them.
Yeah.
Just like every other artist. I've seen countless artists. Like, for example, during his inauguration in his first term, there are certain people that just refused to perform for him. And he had to have like a D-level band come and play at his inauguration at the time because nobody wanted to play for him because you're such a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Nobody gets paid. They all know.
Right. Well, I mean, so
unless you're a hooker.
Right. Yeah.
It's scary.
You get paid twice if you're a hooker.
Yeah. You get $150,000.
No shame in sex work.
Yeah. No. But you just point out what it is. So it saddens me that the Supreme Court decided to take up the immunity claim that he's making because what they're doing with it is absolutely nothing. The Court of Appeals in D.C. had a solid, ruling that presidents are not immune from prosecution if you're not above the law in this country. And basically what they're doing is they just decided that they were going to hear on it, they were going to take it and hear it, and opine on it, but they were going to sit on it because then that just further delays all of these other cases that he has from being able to actually go to trial, right? And given the fact that you have to get people, you have to vet people who are going to be potential jurors, and, you got to give people 90 days to figure out, how they're going to present their case, there's a good chance that they would never get to these cases before Election Day on November 6th. And therefore, we are now at the mercy of the American people. The American people are left to save democracy, right? We're going to have to literally do this on our own. We can't rely on the courts. And so it is up to us. And so my request to you all is to get your asses, eat your Wheaties, take a shot of tequila, walk out that door, go to the ballot box, and do what you got to do. Because shit gets crazy. Well, how do you feel about it?
About what?
About all this that's about to happen. That's about to, summer's going to be a hot mess with this whole primary thing.
You know how I feel about it.
Tell me again.
I mean,
give me a soapbox moment.
I don't have it in me today. It's just not happening.
It's just that.
But it's just fucking fucked up. All of these politicians all over the place. Even the North Carolina, lieutenant governor facing backlash over anti-trans remarks ahead of the primaries, and then he also, referred to gays as filth and maggots.
Is this North Carolina?
Yeah.
This guy is probably going to end up losing either way, but he actually won the nomination last night, or won his primary last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Scary.
It's just all fucked up. This whole world is fucked up. But also, I feel like my biggest concern right now is, I think a lot of people are going to throw away their votes this year. I really do.
I think they'll come around.
I don't. I really don't. I think it's going to be a really weird election.
Why do you feel that way, though?
Because even Biden supporters feel, a certain way about him.
Yeah, true.
A
lot
of
old? Them. Oh, because he's old, because whatever it is, they feel a certain way about him. And then everybody feels a certain way about Trump, who, supported Biden. And
Trump supported Biden?
No.
Oh, no, you mean the people that supported Biden because they felt some sort of way about Trump.
Yeah, so they're going to vote for anyone but Biden or Trump. I feel like that's going to really hurt the Democratic vote.
Yeah, I've heard coworkers say, this year
I can't support Trump, but I won't support Biden either.
Yeah.
Right.
I won't vote for Trump, but I won't vote for Biden. And this year is just, I'm not voting. There's a lot of people that I think feel that way. And I think you got to remember it's just sticky all over. And
just look at the alternative.
And then I think a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people are afraid if anything were to happen to Biden, we would get stuck with Kamala. Well, I don't think Kamala is bad.
I don't think Kamala's bad either.
No, but
and
I
that's
think
not a bad thing.
A lot of people are afraid of her.
Consider the alternative.
Well, that's our perspective.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's our perspective.
I was like, listen, Biden is a hard man. And believe it or not, even at his age, the man's 82 years old. I think he still looks kind of like, okay, Uncle Joe. Standing up there, walking, okay, I got this. I'm a little stiff, but, he got it. It's Uncle Joe.
I love Uncle Joe, but I don't necessarily, I'm not saying I disagree, but I understand where people are coming from.
Right. I think that the biggest challenge that he has, the man's got the record behind him, right? The economy's doing fantastic. Unemployment is at record lows and historic lows. When you think about what he's done with the infrastructure bill and all these other things that passed early on in his career, I think this man has gotten more done in the first 2 years of his administration. Go kill it. Go kill it. Go kill it. Go kill it right now. You get up, go kill that shit right now. Get it out of my studio because I will leave.
I will leave.
Trish, please. Please. Here. Here, go. Use his gift. That's sorry, Mama Kim. Take your headsets off.
I think you'll reach.
Is it dead? Is
No,
it dead?
She's fighting back.
Is it dead? Are you sure? Don't get that. Put that over there. What is wrong with you? Thank you. I love you. I love you.
That's a spy drone.
She's my spy drone killer.
That's a spy drone.
I have a painted spider on my wall now.
I don't know, and I also think
Anyway, where were we? Holy shit.
Damn, you saw that.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I also think that there's been a lot of negativity around
That's where we were.
his stance on
Israel and the whole Gaza thing. You know my feelings behind that. I'm like, listen, you're going to go after an organization that committed atrocities and, terrorism. Go after that organization. Way too many Gazans died. They didn't have to. And I think what Netanyahu is doing is pretty much at this point horrible. It is genocide.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a very, very tricky situation.
I'll be interested to see what his platform is, what he runs on this time around. Because
but here's the thing. Joe Biden is the president of the United States of America. He is not the president of Israel, right? He can't tell Netanyahu what to do. He can use his influence as a very powerful individual in the world to encourage him to find a peaceful solution to resolve that issue, right? There are people, it's Biden. Biden needs to make Netanyahu. A president of one country can't make a president of another country do whatever they want to. It's like they have a right to self-determination just like we do, and Netanyahu is their prime minister. They have a government. Their people need to step up to the plate and say, we don't want this.
Right. Tom, I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but he's getting a lot of backlash.
Right.
And like I said,
but he's getting a lot of backlash.
We have Trump running again, and all I hear from people is, I won't vote for Trump, but I don't think I can vote for Biden. And that's what makes me nervous.
But if your excuse is you're not voting for Biden because of what's happening in Israel, then that's not an excuse, because he's the president of the United States, not the president of Israel.
Yeah, but as the president of the United States, you have a responsibility.
We all have responsibilities. Every single leader around the world has a responsibility to put pressure on Netanyahu to end that shit.
Yeah.
Killing innocent people for the sake of trying to, eliminate an organization that did you wrong. It's like these people, it's not their fault.
The point that I'm trying to make is that this election is making me extremely nervous.
I hear you, and I understand where that nervousness is coming from. But I think that people's energy, we had one of the states, for example, where people voted uncommitted as a demonstration of protest, right? They voted uncommitted. Thousands of people against Biden. They voted uncommitted because of his stances on the situation that's going on right now in Israel. And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, that's kind of stupid, because he can't control what's happening. If that government decides that that's not the way they want to go, there's nothing any other government aside from sanctions can do to stop them.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of just that, I mean, you have to also look at the fact that we have such a divisive conversation going on in this country right now when it comes to LGBTQ plus rights, especially trans rights. The Democrats and Biden, very supportive. We are super grateful for everything they do, but because of that divisiveness, Trump has fucking fire. He has fire with his base because Biden is so supportive.
But his base, when you think about, I don't think his base is big enough to get him get him the presidency by itself. He needs moderates. He needs independent voters. He needs other people that, quite honestly, I don't see them after experiencing what happened in the while he was in office for 4 years. I don't see these individuals going that route.
Right. No. And I yes. And it's not about his base. It's about Biden losing the base he had.
I don't think he's going to lose a base, is what I'm saying.
But literally, what I've just been saying to you is, people are like, I'm not voting for Trump, but I can't vote for Biden.
Listen, when apocalypse is knocking at the door, I think that come September, people are going to be singing a different tune.
I hope so.
And I hope so. And I hope so. Jay's like, these fuckers are talking about politics. I'm going back to my videos. Fuck you, bitch. But anyway.
Pornhub's on fire today. No,
yes. So just, do what you got to do. Get over your shit. Save the world. Save democracy. And let's move forward. That being said, I wanted to talk about DeSantimonium. Can we do that just a little bit?
Yeah.
We've got about 5 minutes. So, Ron DeSantis, as you know, or DeSantimonium, is the evil lurking creature that went back to the swamps of Florida after he lost his bid for the presidential candidacy. And, he had at some point passed legislation that was called Stop Woke Law, right? Mm-hmm. And it was about trying to stop schools and certain institutions and government agencies from promoting anything that was considered woke. Well, a 3-judge panel from the conservative 11th Court of Appeals on Monday soundly struck down a major component of Governor DeSantimonium's Stop Woke Law, blocking its enforcement. The 2022 law, which was proudly signed by the Florida transphobic race-baiting governor, dictated how employers, schools discussed issues that may cause employers or students guilt over their status as white, heterosexual, cisgender people. The legislation specifically name-checked anyone bringing up white privilege, claiming the law was enacted so no one ever felt guilty, anguish, or any other form of psychological distress due to their race, color, sex, or national origin. The legislation also changes Florida's employment discrimination statute to give employees the ability to file discrimination claims against an employer engaging in training or discussion about Black history, LGBTQ plus issues, and other concept of injustice and discrimination, which, was something that was brought to our attention by the Human Rights Campaign after the bill was passed. So the obvious unconstitutionality of the Stop Woke Law, aka the Individual Freedom Act, was pointed out in Monday's ruling from the 11th Circuit Court. By limiting and restricting to a list of ideas designated as offensive, the act targets speech based on its content, which was basically noted by Judge Britt C. Grant, a Trump appointee and the former law clerk of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, wrote in the opinion, as reported by Politico, and by barring only speech that endorses any of those ideas, it penalizes certain viewpoints, the greatest First Amendment sin, right? And so basically this particular law got struck down because of the fact that it goes against someone else's rights, First Amendment rights, to preach about their experiences, right? He's trying to, stop white people from feeling guilty about, their privilege, while Black people are being suppressed and not being able to be, open about who they are, what their struggles were. And so you're taking one subgroup of people and, using their right to be white as a way to demean or to stop another subgroup of people from having the opportunity to express their experiences and how you can grow from that. And so you're basically doing the same thing to this group that you're trying to avoid this group from experiencing, if that makes any sense.
Yep. I mean, it's basically just...
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's a huge step back. I mean, like it...
It's segregation all over again.
Yeah.
Right. They put lipstick on that pig in a dress, but it's still a fucking pig.
Oh my God. Okay, what was her name? What was that person that ran with Sarah Palin. What's the difference between a hockey mom and a pit bull? Lipstick. That's what she said at the rally campaign. I never forgot that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, hot mess. But anyway, good for you, the 11th Circuit Court, and fuck you, Ron DeSantis. And that's that. All right, well, ladies and gents, that's all we have for you on today's show. So I'm going to toss it over to my bitches because we just got a couple of things that we just need to run through as we normally do, as we close the show. So, Trish, you're up first. I'm going to give you some love.
Why do you think we're done?
We're done. Oh, are we not done?
No.
No, well, what do you got?
For the first time ever,
For the first time ever.
2 humpback whales
Oh, God. Gay animals.
have been documented.
Oh, I just read that
Having
article
gay
today.
sex.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Gay whales, motherfucker, and
What-
they're
what-
humpbacks.
They're humpbacks.
That
Humpback
it brings
humping.
a whole new meaning
Humpback humping.
to hump.
Do the Humpty Dump.
So 2 whales near Hawaii are putting the hump in humpback.
This is a good
For
way
the
to end
first
it.
time ever, the species has been photographed having sex, and not just any sex, but gay sex. Humans have been researching social behavior of humpback whales for decades, but their sexual behavior was previously undocumented, and reports of penis excursions by males are relatively rare, according to a study published Tuesday in the Marine Mammal Science Journal. In other words, much like Captain Ahab, you know who Captain Ahab is?
Yeah.
Captain Ahab was from Moby Dick. We've been searching fruitlessly for that Moby Dick.
Well, we found that mobile
Indeed.
dick. Indeed.
So I guess the humpback whales were actually circling a boat about 5 feet below the water having sex, and they were actually able to. There are not many photos here, but they were actually able to
Record and
photograph the
That's
experience.
interesting.
Yeah.
So do humpback whales come as much as sperm whales?
I mean, I don't know the answer to that question. It doesn't really talk about their.
I want details.
That's a little gross.
Hey.
Like, I'm going to Hawaii. I'm just,
Talk about taking voyeur to the next level, huh?
Yeah,
Deep sea voyeurism.
It's also pretty remarkable because seeing male humpbacks in the wild is not as common as female. So not only are they experimenting with one another, but they're a rarity.
They're a rarity. Like you. You're a gem. You're a rare gem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
This is
maybe
a fucking
we should go find these 2 humpback whales and just throw Trish right in the middle. Just gotta get some kind of action at some point from somewhere, from someone.
That would be a lot.
You can
A lot
handle
of
it, girl.
action.
I mean, it's already meat minced, so
Anyway.
I love you, girl. All right, you still want your love?
Yeah, give it a her.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, everybody. Here's Mama Kim's Minute. Number 1, trans folks in LA can safely cast their ballots at the country's first trans voting center.
Yes, queen.
Number 2, the stakes of Super Tuesday are more profound than you may realize. LGBTQ plus leaders explain why. Number 3, Queer Eye adds Jeremiah Brent to the Fab Five following Bobby Burke's exit.
Yeah,
Bobby.
and I heard Jonathan Von Ness is a messy queen, demanding messy queen on set.
I mean, that checks out.
Rumors.
rumors.
Jaybird, over to you.
Alrighty.
You
on
got a
this
big one this
day-
week.
Yeah, on this day in gay history. All right. Oh, this
Trish
is a
was
good
like,
one,
let
yeah.
me work it
I
out.
actually remember.
Let me make
this.
work for it.
Yeah, I remember this.
You do.
So yeah, March 6, 1994, in Illinois, the Jenny Jones Show tapes Secret Crushes episode. So in this episode, Jonathan Schmitz appears on the show expecting his admirer to be a woman. He is surprised and embarrassed when his gay neighbor Scott Amador is the one with the secret crush and tells the audience about his fantasy involving Schmitz.
Lord have mercy.
Whipped cream, strawberries, and champagne. A few days after
Sounds boring.
a few days after the taping, Schmitz finds a sexually suggestive note on his doorstep, buys a gun, goes to Amador's home, and shoots him twice in the chest. Schmitz is later convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 25. This sounds so odd the way they wrote it. 25 to 50 years in prison. Sentenced to 25 to 50 years in prison. Wow.
Holy
The
shit.
Jenny Jones Show is found liable for the murder in a civil suit in order to pay the Amador family $25 million.
Why do I not remember Jenny Jones?
I don't either.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like...
I think it's more of
you
a
know,
Gen Xer thing. So
I'm
There's
a
a
Gen
moral.
X.
There's a moral to this story.
But I remember, you know, like, for example, what was his name? He died too. Jerry Springer and, you know, Sally, Jesse Raphael, and,
Yeah.
you know, a couple of other people. But you said there was a moral to the story, so...
Oh, no, I'm not going to say it out loud.
Oh, the moral is shut your mouth. Don't go after straight people either.
don't go after your neighbors. That's where that was coming from. Wasn't
Don't
it?
go after your neighbors if you
Don't go
can't
after your
absolutely be
neighbors,
sure you can
so-
land a deed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
absolutely.
gonna say. Yeah, wow.
That's nuts. So
You're such a bitch.
I guess our new our new edit, and this is who won the week for you.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. Who won the week? For me, it had to be Steve Kornacki. He's back at the board, you know. It's primary season. That man in his khakis, I swear I don't think that man sleeps. And I don't think he washes them. And I'm all for it.
He's kind of hot.
He is absolutely fucking hot. The man has been going. That poor man probably went for like 20 hours straight on that fucking board. He was on there at 7 o'clock at night when I was started watching the primary results started coming in when some of these states were closing. And when I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, there he was, you know, on Morning Joe doing his thing. I was like, does this man ever sleep?
Some people don't.
So, I mean, I know the feeling. I mean, I work myself to death sometimes. That fucking painted spider. It's going to be the death of me. But, yeah, he won my week. I mean, he always wins my week around election week because the man is just hot. He's a hot daddy. What about you, Jay Bird? Who won your week?
Apple,
Apple.
Yeah.
They did. Why?
because they introduced their new emojis.
I love it. So,
There you go.
Apple it is.
Yeah.
I got no one.
Trish.
She.
Trish.
I always forget about this segment.
So do I. I just wing it.
I got nobody.
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 Not even a penis. All right, fine. Next
So-
week we'll get you.
yeah.
Who won your week next week? But yeah, no. So good night,
So I
Stevie.
guess we're moving on to announcements.
Yes, we are. Go for it, boy.
If you love the show, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting service. By subscribing, you get the latest and greatest of our show delivered right to your favorite device or web browser as soon as the episode is published. You can also support us on Patreon. With Patreon, you, our listeners, can help to support the show with a pledged donation. The donations are collected monthly and can be in any denomination of $1 or more. Nick, over to you.
All right, everybody.
Go for it. Oh,
Thank you.
girl, you know where the button
All
is. You
right,
can push
get
it
the
yourself
Future
from now
Method
on.
and all
Fuck
other
that
products
bitch.
today. I'm gonna smack you. All products are doctor developed, can clean out without hurting your bum. Take confidence anywhere with the anal powder packs, and now increase your stretch goals with the 3-piece anal dilation kit. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum accessories today.
All right. So I got a because I feel like, you know, I couldn't sign off without, you know, having a who won the week for you. So I'm going to nominate someone for you. Dr. fucking G won the fucking week. The motherfucker has a book
Oh yeah,
coming out.
That's true.
Yeah. It's called But Serious. But Serious. B-U-T-T. Serious.
Do you think it's about the butt?
But seriously, I think it is. So anyway, I'm going to try to get more details on this. Actually, Nick is going to try to get more details on that. Well, and we'll get some more information on this book because, you know, as you know, we love Dr. G, and I think he's always awesome. So that's your Who Won the Week. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
It's a little bit hairy, but
It's a little buddy.
a little buddy.
All right.
And
Jay
as
Bird.
always, it is time to put a ring on it. And our show is available on our website, GayTalk20.com, under audio podcast. It is also available as a free download on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Stitcher Radio.
All right, you can find us on social media. Facebook, GayTalk 2.0. Instagram, GayTalk 2.0. What?
While he was speaking, I had the camera on you, and while you're speaking, I have the camera on him. I'll be
That's
okay.
fine. You can email us at gaytalk2.0 at gaytalk20.com. Tom, figure it out.
All right. Well, ladies and gents, I want to thank you all for joining us on tonight's show. If you need to contact us for any reason, if you do, just head on over to our website, click on the Contact Us tab, which is located at the top of your web browser. There you can leave comments, suggest topics, submit a question for the cast or an individual host, or you can just give us a ring and ask any questions you'd like. Leave them on voicemail. We'll answer them for you on our show. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK, and if you need all of those digits, it is 334-429-8255. Don't forget that we do stream live every Wednesday, starting at 6 p.m.-ish, and you can access the live stream for our Patreon subscribers on YouTube.
On a good day.
On a good day, yeah. So check us out, and we love you all. Thank you for joining us on tonight's show, and y'all have a good night. Bye!
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.